Ah, what another fine day in Kenshi. Last time we left off, I was beaten up and put into a jail cell, where I currently find myself waiting out my sentence. As I lie unconscious in the cell, I wonder what my next objective should be. There's so many things that I could do, and so little time. I finally acquired the limbs that I've been pining for, and I feel the power I hold within my fingertips. Should I strive for world domination, or should I strive to be Kenshi's next greatest warrior? One thing I do know that I want is a posse. I want to get a group together and replace their fleshy bits with metal limbs. I've discovered that the flesh of man is weak, and metal is clearly superior, and I know just the way to make it happen. As I wake up in my cell, I start picking the lock and train my lock-picking skill, and I exit the cell and hop back in and pick the lock again. I don't want to escape because I'm a law-abiding citizen, and it's only right that I wait out my time since I did the crime. I just want the guards to know that I could have broken out at any time, yet I decided not to. As the police come on by to my cell to let me out, I take my metal legs off my body to make sure that nobody sees me, since the people in the world of Kenshi become blind to anybody who decides to crawl around in the dirt. And I pick up my stolen weapon that I've left on the floor, as the police tend to confiscate stolen weapons. After I grab the axe, I went straight to the general goods store. I start picking the lock of the chests the shopkeepers have in the back, utilizing my newfound skills. The word is on the street, it's only a crime if you get caught, and I don't plan to get caught again. As I open the chests, I find out that I'm not skilled enough to steal the items that I want, so I begin to steal the items that are looted all over the floor. If you don't know, Kenshi has a weird quirk where you can continuously drop items that are stolen and pick them back up again to raise your thievery level, so that's exactly what I did. I run inside a small residential house, and I spot a guard inside of it, but that doesn't deter me, and I begin to empty my inventory onto the floor and trade in my thievery skill until I become skilled enough to steal superior prosthetics. Once I've trained myself to be a master thief by stealing the same items repeatedly, I dump all of my stolen items on the floor and head off to the robotic shop. When I reach the shop, I pop off my legs once more, and I crawl inside, making sure to be unseen in the dead of night. I have a 33% chance to get caught when I try to steal the prosthetics of my choice, but I successfully steal a masterwork skeleton arm and I equip it, skyrocketing my chances to steal. And now my chances of stealing have gone up to a whopping 72% chance. I take a second masterwork arm and put it on, making me an extremely powerful thief that can't be stopped. I then steal 2 robotic legs, and I put them on my body, powering me up even further. And I sell the low-tier limbs back to the vendor I just stole from, netting me a pretty penny. Why would I spend tens of thousands of dollars when I could simply just steal things for free? What nerd said that crime doesn't pay, when I'm making fat stacks through crime? I test out my newfound power by Naruto running down the street like an absolute weeb, and it feels good. I then go to the nearby armor shop where I take off one of my legs, and I crawl to the chest, picking the lock, clearly in view of a guard and the shopkeeper. They don't suspect a thing as they watch me. I finish picking the lock and open the chest, only to find a low-quality hat, and I move on to the next container. I find a hat that I do like, and I take it for myself and equip it. Now, I am finally ready to venture on out into the world and start recruiting new members to enact my plans. I walk just a few miles into the border zone, and I see a ruined city by the name of the Hub, and I go to it. As usual, I go to the bar and I start ransacking the place for cash. But I get spotted because I'm dummy thick, and the clap on my ass cheeks keep alerting the guards. Funnily enough, they just stand there and yell at me, like an old man telling a young kid to get off their lawn, and I pay them no attention while I continue to fill my pockets with their goods. After I've stolen tens of thousands of cats off the barkeeper, I decide to change my look, and I become the thievery god that goes by the name Torso No Longer. People who look upon me will tremble in the presence of my sheer might. After my glow up, I go straight to a lost robot pirate by the name of Belf, where he asks me if I got booty. Which I do. I'm thick as fuck. But he actually means money, and I've got plenty of that too. So I pay him, and I have him join my crew. And we pose together, having formed a bond that ties us together till death. We then head out to a nearby city by the name of Squin, in search of more manpower. And we end up at a bar, as we usually do. And I look around and find a Shek that has had their horns cut off. I talk to the Shek and they offer to join me for free. And I love not having to pay money for new recruits. So I take them into my squad and I modify their body so that they are more fitting for my band of misfits. They are now an absolute unit. Now that I have 2 new recruits in my team, I decide to start testing out my power against some starving bandits, just to feel out our capabilities in battle, and it went as well as expected. We got our asses kicked after a long fight, and we get left in the dirt for dead. But we pick ourselves back up and lick our wounds and retreat back to the hub to heal. And this is where Torso, with murder in his eyes, vows to deal out revenge someday. After healing up, I feel that I still need more people in my squad, and I remember there is a place where I can find plenty of free recruits. And that place is in the dreaded Fog Islands. A place surrounded by an eternal fog that is home to none other than the cannibalistic Fogmen. We travel back to Vane's Pass, and I recruit a band of mercenaries that will serve as a meat shield, and it will give us a small barrier against the Fogmen cannibals. And we continue onwards to the islands. As we come up to the border of the Fog Islands, we stop to take a look at the impenetrable fog, where faint sounds of "ree, ree" can be heard in the distance. This place sucks in particular, because there are whole platoons of Fogmen that will beat you up and capture you, tie you to a pole and begin to eat you alive, starting at the arms and legs first, before moving to the chest and the head. Although it's a terrible way to die, I've also decided to go to the Fog Islands for my own nefarious purposes. And as soon as we step foot into the Fog Islands, the mercs break off and engage with a group of Fogmen. It's no skin off our back if the mercenaries die, as they've already been paid for, and it's their job to fight our battles. As the fighting ensues, we look over to the side and see a poor soul being devoured by the Fogmen, a fate that would befall us if we linger too long outside of the city's walls. We run up to the side of a mountain that sits just above the fog, and it appears to be a trail that sits safely out of the reach of Fogmen. And we continue on our path. Conveniently enough, it leads us straight to the city of Mongrel, which sits in the center of the Fog Islands. The path leads us back down into the fog before it reaches the city entrance, and we are attacked by a group of Fogmen. We run as fast as we can towards the civilization and attack them there, and the city guards provide much needed backup as we fight off the cannibals. After we've dispatched a small group of cannibals, we finally make it into the city, and we head to the nearest bar to start our recruiting run. We recruit Shrike, Crumble John, and Infinite Wing into our team, and soon I will enact my dark machinations, and I'll have to use the Fogmen to achieve those goals. And this ends the second chapter of the Lonely Torso's journey. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also comment. It takes a little bit of time to record and edit these videos, so if you guys really did like it, make sure to leave a like and comment. It really helps me out making these videos. I will be seeing you guys in the third episode very soon. Peace.